We're losing our minds. That's what we are. We're losing our minds. On the Russia probe, we now have people accusing our government of spying on the Trump campaign. Let's take a couple of steps back here and just go for the facts and find out what's going on, really. Because one of my idols, the late Johnny Apple of the New York Times, he didn't vote in elections he covered. He didn't want to be tainted by the politicians. He wanted to be an honest broker. We need to pull back and either be journalists at home or rely on real journalists. Tell us what's going on. How did this Russia probe really begin? Well, we look back to March of 2016. Donald Trump was under attack for having no foreign policy team, having no foreign policy advisors. So they quickly put out a list of 5 people. On that list were Carter Page and George Papadopoulos. Well, Carter Page was a graduate of the Naval Academy in Annapolis. He'd written pro-Russian blog posts. He was a Russian apologist who blamed U.S. provocations for Russian behavior. Somehow he got involved as an advisor who joined the campaign in the spring of 2016. George Papadopoulos was in his 20s, hadn't done much, but he was listed on that list as well. So the FBI then, having watched Carter Page since 2013 for his Russian ties, his Russian business ties, also watched George Papadopoulos. There was a National Security Council meeting with John Brennan of the CIA and James Clapper, Director of National Intelligence, along with Joe Biden and the President and others, Susan Rice, about Carter Page. Well, when Carter Page went to Moscow in July of 16 to a conference, it was written up in the anti-Trump dossier by Christopher Steele as a seminal moment in this collusion between Trump and Russia in an attempt to bring down Hillary Clinton. The dossier was part of what was sought, get the Pfizer warrant to surveil Carter Page, and with 4 extensions of that warrant. It was never told to the FISA court, though, that the dossier was paid for by the DNC and Hillary Clinton's campaign. Those are all problems. Peter Strzok, director of counterintelligence for the FBI, who had all the text messages to his girlfriend Lisa Page about anti-Trump sentiments, having an insurance policy in case Trump wins, he went to London to meet with Christopher Steele about the dossier, and somehow George Papadopoulos had a trip to London paid for by Stephen Halper, we now know as the informant the FBI had to talk to the Trump campaign. Why did he go to London? That's when he talked to the Australian diplomat when he was drunk about emails against Hillary. We have to know the truth. Bottom line is, let's just keep digging. Let's keep digging. Let's find out how this began, what really happened, and what heads are going to roll. But we can only do that if we actually want to know the truth. And those are my 2 minutes, my 2 cents. Brought to you by Capital Consultants and Edge Construction. Mike Tuig and his staff can redo your house, your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, make your home feel just like home. And we can keep watching all this until next time on 2 Minutes with Mitch.